Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I'm Ahmad bin Tulka from Polytechnic Tun Said Nasir Said Ismail Pagoh Johor. I would like to present my research paper with the topic of dual functional onion processor. Here is the outline of my presentation. Lots of onion products such as onion flavoring, onion rings and pickles or canned onions require onion peeling and slicing. Onion skin is easily peeled and sliced with knife, but it takes a long time. Even in the process conducted either manually or machine, typically changing the process from peeling to slicing the onion was carried out by hand. In other words, single task machine still need by hand work in between. Here is some of the typical in onion peeling process. A. Flame peeling. A flame peeler utilizes a conveyor belt to transport and rotate the onion through a furnace heated to temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. The skin of the onion is burned off and then removed by high pressure water spray. B. Manual peeling. The process either use the bare hands or using the knife. C. Abrasive peeling. The onion to be peeled is fed onto the rotating ball, which is lined with an abrasive roller. The abrasive surface removes the onion skin, which is then washed out by water. D. Peeling machine was a powered machine designed to peeling the onion. Some of the typical onion slicing process. A is manual slicing, where slicing the onion using a sharpened tool cutting, such as knife. B. Mechanical slicing, slicing the onion by the design tool manually driven by hands, for instance. C. Onion slicing machine, slicing the onions by the machine driven by electric power. Types of onion cleaning methods. First, pressure washing, using a high pressure stream of water. Second, wet washing, using professional laundry methods that do not utilize chemical solvent. Third, acoustic cleaning, use of sound wave to shake particles away from surface. Fourth, vacuuming, remove dirt away using suction force. Today, despite containing advance in food processing technology, by having the onion peeling machine and slicing machine, in between steps are still typically carried out by hands. Slowing the transfer process means increase the time processing the onion. Hence, as for the objective of the research is to systematically development of a dual functional onion process machine. Second, to comparing the machine performance to manual onion peeling and slicing process. Project design. The dual function onion processor machine consists of the following parts: the main frame, peeling container, suction hose, gate, transfer hose, slicer blade, collection basin, and power transmission. The peeling container was the most significant portion of the machine. It is 300 mm in height and 216 mm in diameter. Here is the main part used for the project. A. Bench grinder. Provide dual outlet rotation shaft, powered to rotate the grinding wheels and slicing blade at the other shaft. B. Stretch grinding wheel. Rough surface of the wheel is suitable for onion skin peeling process. C. Wet and dry vacuum cleaner. It gives good suction in confined space. D. Plastic container. It is low in cost and intermediate in durability. E. Circular slicer blade. Choose a tool to give a product that is uniformly sliced. F. Bevel gear. Transferred shaft power between the intersecting perpendicular shaft. The diagram shows the process involved in producing the dual-function onion processor machine. Throughout the series of fabrication process and using the parts mentioned in the previous slide, here is the finished product called dual-functional onion processor. The rotating the abrasive grinder wheel will make the onion skin peel off. The vacuum cleaner will suck out the onion skin. The slicer blade will slice the clean onion to get the final product. Here is the total price of the part used for the project, and the total budget for the project is 400 Malaysian ringgit. This is how the machine operates. Firstly, put the onion to be processed to the container, then close the container. Allow the grinding wheel to rotate for a brief period of time, enough for the vacuum cleaner to suck out all the onion skin. Open the gate by pulling out the gate pin to let the onion go through the hose to the slicer, where then the onion will be sliced. Collect the sliced onion as the end product. This is the product produced by Dual Functional Onion Processor. The newly developed onion peeler and slicer processor machine was researched and investigated. The experiment was conducted using the manual technique and the dual functional onion processor machine to justify the shortest time in completing the process. It was the test that compared the time used to peel and slice the onion manually, which is using a knife, to the automatic method, which is using the dual functional onion processor machine with a high-speed rotating abrasive grinder stone method. With the same weight of onions, the time to finish the process by every method was then recorded. The experiment continued with a series of different weight of onion. The result then tabulated and the graph was drawn. From the graph, it shows that the time processed by the dual functional onion processor machine is faster than the manual process. As for the conclusion, prototype model of an onion continuous peeling to slicing the onion, which eliminating the manual hand picking in between the process, was successfully designed and fabricated. Processing performance for the dual functional onion machine is better than the manual processing. As for 500 gram onions, to finish the process, the dual functional onion processor machine takes total time of 10 minutes, and for the manual take 25 minutes. The machine also achieved 86% slicing efficiency. And for the recommendation, number 1, use the most suitable cutter blade in order to get more precise and consistent cut of sliced onion. 2. Store the onion skin sparingly, as it can be utilized as fertilizer in agriculture. That's all from me. Thank you. Is there any question? Please feel free to ask.